So I've got an Asda haul here. This is not a natural light, this is just reflecting, the sun's out, so I thought without any lighting on I'll get this haul done. I have got receipts here. This is probably one of 2 or 3 hauls. Other items I've written down on this card a little bit bigger, just that even when I've got my glasses on I can hardly read the receipts anyway. So we're going to start off with cheese products. Now the thing is, especially that essential range from Asda, very often I've got stuff out of stock or can't even order it anyway. So that's one reason why, while I was at Corby, we thought we'd pop it into Asda and get some of the range, the essential range, especially the products that we have actually tried previously. So first of all, we've got this slab of cheese. This is the 825 grams. We've had this before. This is the mature white cheddar. We do get through a lot of cheese with packing up and everything, and the slab of cheese was £3.85. As you know, previously I always had the Cathedral mature cheddar, but the trouble is you have to start watching your pennies and use those pennies and money on other items that are a little bit more expensive and things like that. As you know, some brands I will not budge on. So that is the cheese. Going along on cheese products, hubby got these. Something else I couldn't actually order online because I'm wary of dates, and we were going through the dates. These have actually got the 10th of January on. We like dates for Christmas, hopefully at least New Year. They won't last that long, but like a decent sort of date on cheeses, due to the fact I like to do cheese and fruit and cracker platters and everything, especially if you've had quite a heavy meal like on Christmas Day. These were £2.20 each. Don't think there was enough of that. Excuse if you hear any snoring, hubby's got his eyes closed. The one on offer was sometimes you get like I've done from Iceland, you get, you know, slightly reduced, but they're decent dates, so the 10th of January on these two. The other cheese we've got is these. Get a large selection. I don't tend to get the multi selection now because there's always cheeses like smoked ones and what's that?
Mouldy, you call it.
The mouldy cheese, as we call it. There's certain cheeses we don't like, so I tend to shop around, price them up, or price my budget on cheeses and make my own one up, if that makes sense. Me and hubby love cranberry. Everybody loves just normal, say the cheddar. We all like this one. This is double Gloucester with onion and chives, and these were £1.10 each. We all like these, and sometimes I do a selection of cooked meats as well. With the, just as say, trying to get ahead, but for Christmas and getting those dates sorted. And I do have sections in my fridge which is a no-go area where no one's allowed to touch things that I've already sort of purchased or purchasing for Christmas. These are not for Christmas, but because I got the 2 packs, these are now 55p each, so they've gone up a shade, but better than the £1 that I pay for Iceland. You do get 10 slices. These have got the 9th of May next year on, but again, they don't last 5 minutes. We like these on say £1/4 beef burgers and £1/4 chicken burgers as well, and have these done a couple of minutes at the end of the cooking time so they melt on the burgers and the chicken burgers. So they were 55p each, but one will be for 1 week and one will be for the other. And sometimes when I have some slices left, they go in with cooked meats in sandwiches for our son. So that is the sort of cheesy sort of segment. I say it was mostly cheeses because of I wanted it fresh and the dates. There is one sorry about the rustle, I have to be careful of my mic. there's one missing of all these. These were £2 each. So we've got the original pepperoni. What's this? The first 5-stick one, and then we've got this one, which hubby don't think is actually had this one before and is not over keen on it like the other ones. The other one was the red one. What was the red one?
I don't know.
It's usually green, red and black, and we tend to start off with, I think, the green one, which is the original one, then I think it's red, and then I think it's the black. It's not so keen on those. So these were £2 a packet, and you get the 5 pepperoni sticks. I don't mind pepperoni on pizza, but I don't tend to like these, and I don't like the smell either. I have got 1 pack of lard. This was 42p. Now, I have not made pastry in so long. I want to do I've put it on my list of things to do. Is I want to do some pastry, and it is something that I used to do a lot, especially when it was just me and hubby, and it was a recipe that I actually learnt when I was at home economics at school. So it's actually, what is it?
Sausage and onion plat.
That's the one. My mind's got a blank. Sausage and onion plat. And it's got mixed herbs, sausage meat, onion, and then I do the pastry from scratch, which is quite time consuming. So yeah, I'll say my mind's a blank. So yeah, 42p for the lard, because you use lard and marge in the recipe. Got some meat here. This is the pork luncheon meat, 250 grams. Our son loves this. 86p. Got not too bad a date, the 11th of December, so not bad at all. Do excuse me flopping around with my hair, it does badly need cutting. As you can see, you know when it gets longer, and I have to keep brushing the fringe out the way, so I might get it cut before Christmas. So that was 86p, and probably won't last very long. Probably will have these in the week. It's got the 2nd of December on, not too bad. Haven't been able to get Iceland's version of it. Haven't been able to get them online from Asda, and this is the extra special Asda range. It's the Kamars red onion pork sausages, and this was 2 for £5. As you know, this is my all-time favourite, especially on the sausage range. So that was 2 for £5. So we'll just put these away, and then we'll get on to the next section. Right, I've moved a little bit because this is what's happening. I'm getting blinded, but we don't want to start shutting blinds and everything while the sun's out. It's quite nippy, but it's not bad. And say, blind and reflections and everything. Again, yeah, I'm using a card. I've got things written down. I don't know if you can see that. Just because it's better for my eyesight as well. So it's going to be sort of bit higgledy-piggledy, but I probably will do it on the list I've written on this card. So we're going to start with Ribena. You know, usual drill. Our son tends to take this to work when his mates don't break into it as well. It's gone up from 245 to 270. I've said this before. Can't remember if it was 30% more when we paid the lower price. So yeah, not too bad. And of course, some products, I will say, although I've got a lot of the essential range and we're still working through it, and some shop home brands as well, there is some makes we do not actually sort of go off. Like our son prefers Ribena, but then again, he doesn't need a lot. Sometimes the more expensive products you don't need a lot of than the cheaper brands, if that makes sense. Normally when our granddaughter comes, she has Robinson's, the blackcurrant and apple. You know what, although I'm going off topic here, washing capsules, washing up liquid, certain products, you know, I tend to keep to the same brands. Occasionally I sort of try another one, but yeah, very often I go back. So this was I say £2.70 for that one. We did pick up a bottle of the 2 litre Coke. All the Pepsi Max is going up. A lot of stuff is going up, especially those products you probably stock up for Christmas. This was £2. Gone are the days when it was like £1 for 2 litres. And I know I've mentioned this a number of times, we don't actually drink alcohol, but at Christmas we do get one of these bottles in, and I'm sure it was Asda Mate we had last year. It's nice to have it in, you know, just to sometimes offer it to guests on Christmas Eve. As I said, we don't get alcohol in usually over Christmas because people are driving. This is the mulled wine. This is from the Asda Extra Special range, and this was £4.50. So that's that one. It's probably the only booze we probably get in. Salad cream. Now, especially the essential range, a lot of times I can't get it online. There is restrictions, and in store it is 3 of the same product in the essential range. So that's usually all the products that are in that yellow packaging. So I just want to put it out there, because sometimes certain items we can get through 2 or 3 cans or whatever of a certain product in one meal. So yeah, so there is that. So I'm going to start off with, say, some of it is Asda's brand, some of it is Asda Essential range. Just to put it out there, it's the Essential range that the limitations are put on. So first of all, the salad cream, couldn't get the Essential range. Normally if we can get it in the salad cream, we can't get it in the mayo. When we can get in the mayo, we can't get it in salad cream, and we couldn't get the Essential range in the salad cream. So this is the Asda one. So this was £1. Although I might only be sharing one of each product, I will say some products I've got 3, which was the maximum I was allowed to have. The next one is the ketchup. Now, I'm not being snobbish or anything. When it's just us 3, yeah, we just use the squeezy bottles. I do have the little racking little containers, and I do have little pottery containers. If we've got visitors, I don't necessarily like just put in the bottles on the table, but very often I will put my hands up and I will say that it's not a leading brand and leave it at that. I did have family members, not immediate family, that only like certain high brands, but these days you have to cut the costs where you can. Tomato ketchup is one of those that I don't feel there's much difference. Do you, hubby? No, he's shaking his head. He's trying to go to sleep. Ketchup is 42p, and that is for 530 grams. So there you are. We always used to have Heinz, but there you are. So that's that one. The next one is the mayo. Did manage to get 3 of these, and this is the Essential range. Don't have a problem with this. Very usual with mayo, it's mixed in with something else, whether I mix it in with pasta, so it doesn't really matter so much because other things have been mixed in. It's in sandwiches, usually with cooked meats or something, you know, and things like that. And these were 49p, and these were for 500 grams, and I've got 3 of those. And the next one is we're going off the sauces in a minute. Sprinkles. I actually got these for a friend. I'm sure she likes bacon. She loves the blues and everything, so it's these. It's snowflake sprinkles. This is the Asda Fabulous range, and these are the sort of like little silver balls. They're blues and whites and greys. So that was £1, which I didn't think was too bad. The next one is the brown sauce. We only picked one of these up, didn't we, hubby? Yeah. Because only me and hubby tends to eat brown sauce anyway. A lot of people don't, and I'm sorry, I'm going to put my hands up. Who likes brown sauce with their bacon butties? Yes, we do. So the brown sauce was 62p, and this was for 460 grams. And this is another one we've had before and not a problem. The only one we didn't pick up was barbecued sauce, and I'm wondering if that's because we either both couldn't see it, I don't know. So that was the only one we didn't get. Right, coffee. Not bought these before. This was 90p for 8 sachets. We are going to try this. We do have a coffee maker in the caravan, but I'm not buying a lot of stuff to keep in the caravan now because we are finishing caravan in this weekend. So we're gonna winterize the caravan and empty everything and vacuum pack everything. That'll probably come up later in another video or at some point. You get 8 sachets. We'll probably give this a go, and maybe hubby will take these to work. So that was 90p for 8 servings. Thought we'd try that. We do have Tassimo coffee, Costa coffees at home. We do pay out a fair bit for those, and we have got gingerbread ones that will be coming up in another haul when I get home because I didn't have time to do it before I came. Right, so the next one is mixed herbs. This is another product for my sausage and onion plat. These weren't too bad because I don't know about you, in a lot of stores you can't tend to find the prices, but this we didn't know, so hubby just picked them up. It's the Asda brand, and this was 60p, which I thought was really good. A declaration if I do happen to get any prices wrong. Tried to do a hardest, but again some of the receipt wasn't actually, sorry I'm doing this, wasn't actually clear. So we're going on to another side now. Something we haven't actually tried. We have occasionally had the Stag tinned chili con carne. Just picked up the 1 can, sorry for the light, 97p. Sometimes we have this with jacket potatoes. That's not one of my cheapest meals now when I do it with coronation chicken, cooked meats, sometimes, you know, sausage rolls, you name it, Scotch eggs, the lot. So now we do have a lot of the chicken curry, but it was quite expensive in Asda for the princess make, so they didn't do another make what I could see. So this was 97p. So that's one of the things we haven't actually tried from the range. Next is the relish. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is the tangy burger relish. I don't eat a lot of burgers, but I do like it with my chicken, and and I like to dip my chips in it as well. And that was £1.16. We've had that a number of times. We've also had the custard. I think this was 40p. Yes, we've got 3 cans of this. This is the custard, but I can do 2 of these in one sitting anyway. Our son tends to like the custard cold. Hubby likes it boiling hot. I'm in the middle. Now, here's a little story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. That's what it seems to be. Cold, warm, hot, but I tend to have mine hot and just let it cool down a bit. But yeah, so there we go. So 3 of those. Corned beef, we've had this a number of times. Corned beef ash, I usually have 2 cans of this, 2 cans of beans, 2 saucepans of potatoes to mash up, and then a fairly large portion of grated cheese. And these are £1.85. We got the 3 because I'm also putting one up for Christmas for my jacket potato meal. So I like to get some tinned meat in just because it's easier as well, aside fresh meats, if that makes sense. So £1.85, and I've got 3 of those. Baked beans, 25p a can. Again, depending on what we're having with it. If it's corned beef ash, I use 2 cans straight away. Again, all this essential range, you're only allowed 3 of the same product, limited to 1 transaction. I don't know if you can get away with doing 2 or 3 transactions. We haven't tried it, but basically once you go through, if you know what I mean. Because we did actually have another 3 lots of canned beans, and she took them off the conveyor belt and said we couldn't have them. So there we are. So we was hoping to have like 3 cans for 1 week and 3 for another week, rather than do because I haven't been able to get certain products with my delivery. So 25p each for those. Stuffing, we have got a leading brand for Christmas, but these are for like my slow cooker, for my roast dinners and my mid-week roast dinner, and these are 25p each for 85 grams, and hubby worked out the cost, and it was still cheaper to buy 3 of these boxes than 1 of the others. So there we are. Gone a bit out of sort of, you know, out of order on my card here. Did I do the cookies? No, I don't think I did the cookies. These were 49p. We've had these before, not the best of brands, but if you're going to dunk them in your coffee or your tea, what is the point? I think, and sometimes I'm paying out a lot for a biscuit. You can taste the chocolate chips in them, but it's different than having obviously another brand or a leading brand. But for the quantity, which is 250 grams, and for 49p, I don't think that is too bad. Cakes, decent date on these, the 3rd of January next year. Got these in for our granddaughter. I just like to keep a couple of little bits in for her, and she likes these, and I think she could probably finish the whole packet off if you allowed her, you know, in one day. But I thought for these were 55p just to keep in. And I'm not sure. She's 5, but obviously when I took her shopping, she's gone for leading brands or brands that obviously her parents purchased. I've gone for this chocolate and hazelnut spread. She has not got an allergy, so not a problem. This was 97p, and I think I paid nearly £3 for a leading brand, which either she ends up taking home or our son tends to, you know, sort of eat. So we haven't had this one, so I can't say, because I don't eat it, where there's a lot of difference. So yep. And I will bring this one up. This is a bit out of order. £1.5, the peanut butter, and to me it all tastes the same. So this is about the 4th or 5th one that I've purchased from the essential range. I've not had a problem. And what have we got? This obviously yeast. Now this one is another product we haven't tried. This was £2, and this is for the 240 grams. I must admit we've always gone for Marmite, but it was something like, was it nearly, oh, I think he's asleep, nearly £3.54 for the same sort of jar. This is 240 grams. So we used to see, me and hubby love this on toast. Our son doesn't eat it, so we're going to give this a go. Obviously most things, unless it's really, really bad, we're not wasteful, or we try not to be wasteful. We will still use the products up. Even if it's like, I remember once I tried to be very helpful, healthy, got some baked beans from Tesco's. This is going back a fair few years. Reduced salt, reduced sugar, I think I've told you this before, and ended up putting quite a lot of tomato sauce in it because the guy said it was disgusting. No flavour whatsoever. So I ended up putting, and I paid a lot for that tin of baked beans, I ended up putting tomato sauce in to spice it up. Sometimes we put Worcester sauce in. Baked beans, I've even put a bit of curry sauce in. We've had it with barbecue before. Not saying that all the beans have been bad, but sometimes, you know, if I want something slightly different, I put sauces, especially Worcester sauce, in beans. Really nice. So we're going to give this a go. If anybody else has tried it or likes Marmite, what is it? You either love it or you hate it sort of attitude. We love it. our son hates it. So we're going to try this one. And the only thing is I think it was 42p. I'd like to say, I'm sure it is. I can't find me pricing on this one. I think it was 42p. I'd like to say. Don't swear by it, but I'm sure it was 42p. Sweet and sour, yeah, 42p. Again, it was only allowed 3. I depending on how much chicken I'm using, sometimes I use 2. I do love the sauce, especially if I'm doing sweet and sour chicken. If I'm doing for hubby, I'll do chips. If we've got rice, do like a home takeaway Chinese sort of thing. Sometimes I will do in my electric wok 2 of these jars, which still works out reasonable. Realistically, I could have done with 4, 2 for 1 week and 2 for another week, if that makes sense. So, but we've had these now. This will be about 3rd or 4th time we've had them. So yes, we like them. I think that, oh no, I've got another product here, £1.20. I didn't put, I think we picked up 4 or 5 of these cans because it's not the essential range, so we weren't limited on this. These are £1.20. Refused to buy the one that I normally get from Iceland, which is Iceland's home make, because they were charging £1.69. This was £1.20. Last year I kept so many of these in. Great as you know, a quickness thing with boxes of mince pies. You can offer them warmed up with for your guests and squirty cream, and you've got something on hand for your guests. Gone are the days when I purchased these all for £1. So there you are. So that's £1.20, and I got 5 or 6 cans of this. So I think that concludes the food. I have got some non-food items which will be coming up next. Now for the non-food sort of portion of this haul. Sorry if it's going on for a while. We did actually have quite a lot purchased this time, and there was some pretty good bargains actually. So I'm going to start off with tins, because I've got a few here, because hubby kept saying, well, I kept picking these things up. Can I do some bacon? I occasionally do bacon, but like the sprinkles was for somebody else, but these tins are mine. I want to replace them. So first of all, we got the 18cm sandwich tin. I got 2 of those. They were £1 each. As you know, non-stick. This one was £1. This actually works out pretty well for the size of them we have here in the caravan, because we are quite small, and this was £1. This was on offer. This one was £1.30, no, £1.25, sorry. This is the 32cm roaster. All George Holmes say that is the small one, because that just fits in our oven here, and I just needed a new one, mostly for ready for next time we use the caravan next season. So I got that one. And then for home, these are 38cm ones, and it's these. I've got 2 of these. Instead of £2.50, these were £1.50 each. So I just wanted, you know, I don't have anybody else, but occasionally I do like new trays. Usually it starts at the beginning of the following year. I do have a more expensive, hard durable roasting tin that also has the wire rack and everything, and I paid an awful lot for that one. I've had that one years, so it just shows you. But occasionally, you know, I do get cheaper ones. We've got a number of size jugs, but we tend to use them for filling up different things. But this one was only 40 pence. Just wanted one. I did a banana instant whip last night with bananas, and I had to gauge it because I hadn't got another jug. Luckily it turned out really well with me judging the milk. content to the powder, as I didn't have a measuring jug, but there you go. So yeah, so that was 40p. I just wanted a basic one to keep actually in a caravan. Not sure, some prices, I'm not sure what the items were. I know you can get these sort of things from Poundland. This is the Simply Stretched Canvas. This is the 10 by 12. I've got some projects I want to do, and these were down to £1 each. I got a feeling they were probably at least £2, £2.50 each, if not more, but they were down to £1. So I got 2 of those because we were going to go to town, and in the end, after the Phoenix Retail Park, we did go to Clearance Bargains as well. I had enough, and hubby said, "You want to go to town?" I thought, no, I can't be bothered, not today. We kept getting wet yesterday, so there you are. This one, they only had the one. This was originally £8 down to £4. This is what I'm going to have at my back doorway. I was having a long conversation with a subscriber, and she knows what I'm talking about, and we were talking about trying to use what we already have rather than keep having seasonal decor. Hands up, yeah, I'm one to blame for this as well, but this is sort of thing that I can decorate for different seasons. I'm going to try and not sort of glare you out, but it's this lattice type. If I do it that way, so I'm not sort of reflecting back, it is a mirror with this white lattice, so very neutral. With this sort of thing, you know, I can put a little bit of greenery at the top, ivy or something, or flowers, whatever the season, and that was from £8 down to £4. So that's that one. This is a strange one. Hubby thought, why do I want this? I want it for packaging out. It's actually an active yoga brick for help with balance and yoga poses, solid and lightweight. No, it's not what I wanted it for. It was £1.25. It is a really thick sponge, so it might be too thick to use as Oasis, but I found it so expensive in the different stores, but mostly for packaging things out in canisters, tins, or cutting it down with a, could be a bread knife or electric carving knife sort of thing, so that you don't have to fill everything in. Sometimes I use actual plastic bags to you know, sort of build it up, so you haven't got to put so much filling in and things like that. So yeah, £1.25. Don't know how much this was originally. I tend to try and think of different ways of using things and on a budget. I haven't bought one of these for ages. This is the JML. We do use quite a lot of their products. This is the Magic Eraser. This was £2.97, and you can cut it down so you only use a bit at a time. I know there's different makes out, but we tend to still go back to this make. Again, JML. These, I believe, were £3.50. I have got it written down because a lot of the batteries are quite expensive anyway. This is Asda's super long life ones, 2x9V batteries for £3.50. These are the sort of ones you use in smoke alarms. We needed these in our, do you call it a rodent deterrent? We have 2 over the winter. One goes at one end of the caravan, one goes at the other. It is in an actual secure lockup with security and everything, cameras and everything, and it does have a second lock and gate going on, although you have a special key to get in your caravan in and out of the lockup. But during certain times, a second padlock's put on and under the gate, so you can't get at your caravan between certain times, usually through the night. But it is off a farm, so there's a lot of farm sort of country, so we've had mice come into our caravan before and eat them through duvet covers and all sorts. That's why they are vacuum packed, and mostly taken home, and when they are left in the caravan, even through the season, we have the large plastic lidded tote boxes, so everything is sealed up. But we'd like to put these on because there is upholstery that we don't take home, which I'm talking about, like the seats and everything. We've actually had one of hubby's mates had a lot of damage done, not our lockup, somewhere else, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they had actually eaten through his upholstery, haven't they?
Yeah.
And we can't afford to have them go through this, because we've got a temper mattress actually on the bed, and they're not cheap to buy, and it's a proper made one for this particular bed, because it has the angle at the bottom, if that makes sense. So yeah, just to pay now. I mean, those detectors, if anybody's interested, we got them from, was it Amazon or was it eBay? Amazon. Do you know how much they were?
$12.99
Was that all? I thought there were more than that each. There we are. So roughly £25 for the two, but we like to replace the batteries in them each year. Talking about vacuum packs, I wasn't going to buy all these. Herbie kept throwing them in the trolley because we do get through them, and these are more of an expensive brand because they are JML. You can get them from Poundland, you can get them from other stores. This goes back to it's not always best to go cheaper. We've had cheaper brands and they haven't lasted 5 minutes, especially with the extra large ones. We've got two ones here. We've got the 2 times jumbo bag ones. I think it was £11.97. Yes, £11.97. I was just going to pick up one, but hubby threw another one in. So that's 4 jumbo bags, and at some point I will explain what we'll get into one, but we're talking about 2 double quilts, 8 pillows, a mattress topper, I would say 4 blankets, cushion pads, and maybe we've got extra pillows this year, maybe 4 extra pillows, and possibly this would be enough. It could be enough, I'm not sure, but I can tell you that we've gone from the more expensive make, because especially the larger ones, you want a bit better make, I think. That's not saying that I don't have the cheaper brands, especially for stuff at home, but for these, we've had these JML a number of years now, and we tend to keep going back to them. This one was £7.97. This was the 2 large bags. Decided to get the 3 boxes because make sure we've got enough, because we've also have a sleeping bags as well that go in these. And not just if you haven't got a camper van, mobile home, camping, caravanning. We've had these even before we were camping actually. We use these all the time, not so much for out of season clothing, because as you know, we leave all our clothes in our wardrobes anyway. We just move it from one side to the other depending on the season, but brilliant for lots of different things. And what I've said before is when they don't hold the vacuum any longer, I use these bags to say cover our case up. If you remember that case I keep showing you when we come here, it's like a weekender. I like to wrap that up. I like to wrap both our cool bags when they go up in the loft, just so it hits some noise and they don't get damaged. So that's those. So it's going a bit dark now. I had my eye on this actually, Halloween. I've got a lot of Halloweeny and autumny soap dispensers. This one was originally £5. I only saw the one, and this was down £1.50. It has got there. I checked it all over, no damage to it, but I just like that, and that can go through the whole of September, October, November, right up to Christmas if I wish. But I like my dispensers. Also, failing that, if I Didn't end up keeping it. I probably will on this occasion. That would look nice with a autumny scent, like a bubble bath, shower gel, or even a liquid soap. I did pay a lot, and I love that pumpkin vanilla one I got from the Body Shop. I know I might kept saying the Body Works because I kept thinking of the American sort of one, but it's Body Shop. And I was about to say so to hubby, because I noticed when he had the shower first, it was out before I had my shower. Did you like it? I know our son didn't think much to it, and I'm thinking, yeah, £7 for a small bottle. You don't need a lot of it, but it's one of those treats. So yeah, £1.50. That would make a nice autumn gift in a basket, wicker basket, with maybe as I said, a liquid soap, maybe a bath puff and a flannel, things like that. But yeah, I'll probably end up keeping that. And I have got some underwear. I'm always never sure whether this is okay, but hubby says at least I'm not a person who will actually you know, try it on and show it. Like, I haven't got the figure for that, but I know some do, he says. So I've got these, and hands up who think the price of underwear. And hubby says about the thongs, and they're not quite a thong. There's nothing to them, and £5 or £7 per pair. Very often, if I'm going to buy anything in a larger bulk, I do tend to get a lot from George Asda, but I also tend to get a lot from Primark. But they had some good offers on, so this is a set of 3. This was originally £7 down to 3. So I've got the mulberry wine. I'm going fancy here, sort of a deep turquoisey blue, or bluey green to hubby, and black, and then that's the back of them. So yeah, so £3, a pound a pair. I'd actually been paying more than that if I was to get them from Primark, so I thought that was really good. I only bought the one lot, maybe I should have bought some more, but there you are. And then I got this set. This was originally £6 down to 3, and it's got the lacy bralette, and it's also got the lacy shorts. So that was, I say, from £6 down to 3. So it's now slowly, the sun's going down now, and I think that is it. I know there was a couple of food items I missed. I mentioned, I might as well put it in now, digestive biscuits. We had a big packet of those. They were Asda's brand, not the essentials. I think they were 55p. And I had a bag of rice. That was the essential range. It was on the bed, but I forgot to include it. I think that was something like 47p. I think that's it anyway. Everything from Asda. I think I'm going to leave this part of the video here because I've got a sneaky feeling it's a long video. But I have got a couple more hauls to share with you, so they'll be coming up separately. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Haven't gone to sleep. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.